So look at here now. These are all his recommendations right from the March month. Okay. So listing date is the March, IPO price, current price. So what is the percentage gain is here. This is the most important column for us. So among all the issues that he recommended, only LIC has given negative returns. Again, the reason here being it's a government company, otherwise LIC is a monopoly. So his recommendations were not wrong, but being a government company, we can hardly expect any returns. It is no doubt very much undervalued. The price should be, according to my own calculation, should be minimum 2000. But whatsoever, fail is fail. He has failed in this recommendation as well as he has failed in the Tamil Nadu Mercantile Bank recommendation. But here, the loss is not that big. This is a considerable loss. Overall, if we see, the average returns only on listing gains is 60% plus. It's approximately 70%, 67, 68%. That's an amazing return. So, if we continue to follow, there have been 16 recommendations, it will be almost 35 to 40 recommendations in a year. If you are able to open an account with each of your family member, let us calculate how much income we could make without any effort. See here, you are not reading even a word about the company. You are only looking at the recommendation by Dilip Davda. He says apply, you are applying. He says not to apply, you don't apply. Around 40 IPOs you may have to apply in the entire year, and with different accounts only when you apply, there is a chance of allotment. So let us take an hypothetical example that in the next 1 year, you are applying for every IPO recommended by Dilip Davda, and we are expecting approximately 20 companies or 30 companies is what he is recommending us to apply. 30 companies you apply for IPO into 5 different accounts, or let's say 4 accounts. 4 is an ideal family size. You can open account even with minor name. You may have a child who is only 2 months old. Demat account can be opened his name also. Alright. So you can apply for IPO under his name also for his future. So 30 companies you apply for IPO into 4 applications, meaning you are altogether filling 120 applications. Even taking a worst case, you can expect 5% allotment. That means 6 allotments can be expected. In the entire year, only 6 allotments you may get, whose value would be approximately 1 lakh. So total 1 lakh worth of allotment only you may get, even though you are selling on the listing day itself. Average returns have been 70%, which means the returns what you are seeing is as of current rate, guys. This is as of current market price, but in fact on listing day the returns have been even more significant. Take for instance Life Insurance Corporation, the listing date was only a loss of 4%. And majority of these companies what you are seeing on listing day, they have given even higher returns. Because the market went down, they went down a little bit. But my own research, which I have done, approximately 70% returns was expected. So that means a profit of 70,000 rupees on investment of 1 lakh. So what is that return? 70% returns. Very important. Without any risk, I would say, of the market. Let the market be high, let the market be low. IPOs has got nothing to do with it. On listing day, they perform good if the company is undervalued. After that, it may fall or it may rise. That's the second story. We are not holding it. But 70% return on investment per annum, I think is an amazing return. What you get in banks in 8 years, you are able to get here within a year. But yes, 1 lakh is the capital that would be required, and that is the maximum that you could use. You say I have 10 lakh, can I make 70%? No. For 10 lakh, you would require 40 family members. And here to say, 4 applications would not require even 1 lakh. How much would it require? Only 60,000. But at times we may have 2 IPOs opened simultaneously. Then you may require double the capital. But despite all that, 70% is the returns that you could expect. Now, if I compound it, meaning within a month you may get 7%, then that you can use that profit for the next IPO. Again, that second IPO allotment, you can use that profit for the third IPO. The returns comes to more than 80% if you compound it on every allotment basis. So like this, if you continue to do it, I think we have lost the net. I'm sorry, I think there was a power cut. May I know where did I stop? What's the last point that you listened? Could you someone post it in the chat window? Four accounts of it. Okay. So when you are applying from 4 different applications, you would only require 60,000. You would not require even 10 lakh. But at times, 2 IPOs get opened simultaneously. And we are assuming that both of these IPOs, Dilip Dawda is telling us to apply. But then you should also consider the compounding. Your first IPO profit, you can use that money for the second IPO. Second IPO profit, you can use it for the third IPO. Like that, if you compound it, the return comes to 80% per annum. So if you are not doing this is the easiest way to make income now. But only thing is limited. You say you have 5 lakh, then even on 5 lakh you make 70,000, even on 1 lakh you make 70,000. So for every 1 lakh you require one family, trustworthy family. So you can believe your own family, at least do this. If you have more trustworthy friends, trustworthy family members, then you can apply IPO on their behalf if they are ready to give the profits to you. Your money, whether profit or loss, is yours. On that condition, if you have more accounts, you can make use of it. Within 1.5 years, if you are able to double your money, you already know the power of compounding. Okay, 2 power 1, 2 power 2, 2 power 3, just keep on calculating. Enormous money can be
Excuse
created.
me, sir. I have a small question here.
Yes, Bhargav.
The first thing is like, can we apply for an IPO from different demat accounts by the same person?
That's what I've told you yesterday. If you remember, PAN card has to match. Somewhere I
Okay.
mentioned that only one application is allowed. You can apply through net banking or UPI. Even here, PAN of the UPI your bank must match with the demat. So with your account, you will
Okay.
not be able to apply for your family members.
Okay.
Yeah,
So, and one more thing, can we transfer shares from one account to another?
yeah, that
So,
can
just
be
like
done.
we do it.
Yeah, yeah. A
Okay.
lot of people do that as a gift. They give the shares. You can do it.
Okay. So, in that case, like if I'm buying it from someone else's account,
Huh.
so on a note that profit or loss would be mine.
Huh. Yeah, you can
Then
transfer it. That's what.
option having the login details, so I can transfer it from their account to mine.
That's what I do. I've
Yeah,
got.
sure.
I
Got it.
apply IPO from 13 student accounts and my own family members 9 accounts. 22 applications is what I feel. So post allotment,
Okay. So,
whatever the profit or loss is all mine.
okay.
The application money, I give them the transfer through Google Pay or Phone Pay, whatever the IPO application is there. And post the allotment, they sell it on the listing date, and whatever that profit loss is there, they calculate it, and with that 15,000, they pay that amount also. So that way, I'm able to
Okay.
run 22 applications. The same way you can also do it. This is a safe way to make income, guys. You will not be in loss in this for sure. Maybe return 70% may become 60%, it may become 90% also. But you are not going to be in loss. Irrespective of the market, I am saying. Let market go to 1000 rupees. Let there be second wave, third wave, fourth wave of corona. This is a safe way to make income. You just have to do one thing. Go to chittorgarh.com, see what IPOs are open, what Dilip Dada is saying. That is all your work is. Once in a week also, if you do it, sufficient. 5 minutes in a week you have to spend to make this percentage of return. So kindly do it. Only thing is, family members we can trust, but friends and all you have to be very, very careful, because I've seen a lot of cases in students wherein they did not get their money back from their friends. So only do it with the people whom you can totally rely, totally trust. So 30 applications in a month is achievable, and easily you can expect 6 allotments. If you're lucky enough, maybe 8 allotments, 10 allotments also. I'm taking 6 as a very conservative number. You can expect even 11, 12 allotments. On 22 applications I got in the entire year. Some of the IPOs I missed it, but in the entire year I got nearly 28, 29 allotments altogether. Clean Life Sciences, I got 4 allotments on 22, which got subscribed by 15 times in retail category. So for some companies, luck will play out. Okay. Among these 30 companies you are applying, at least 1-2 companies will be there which will give allotment in every one of 4 accounts, every one of 5 accounts. Make use of it. Alright, now coming to another interesting topic for today, that is mutual funds. I've seen that a lot of people actively or passively invest in mutual fund either through lump sum or SIP. In India especially, I think around 3 crore mutual fund accounts are there, which is a big number. Of course, in America it is more than 20 crore, that's a different story. More than 60% of the population in America invest in mutual fund or in stock market. In India it is less than 10% even today. And to say before COVID it was less than 5%. Post COVID only, lot of investment got attracted towards stock market as well as mutual funds. Whatsoever, in mutual funds, though so many crores of people are investing, I assure you that 90%, you can put down this in writing, 90% people only know that mutual fund returns will come according to the stock market. They are totally ignorant about what type of mutual funds are there. They don't bother. They think that every mutual fund performs the same way, whether it is SBI or ICICI or HDFC. There are n number of mutual fund guys. Post today's class, you will realize, sorry, mutual fund is this big subject or what. So within mutual fund, there are several types, and some of the mutual funds has got nothing to do with the stock market. They are like fixed deposit mutual funds. They are like arbitrage mutual funds. There are commodities mutual funds now. There are forex based mutual funds. So many varieties of mutual funds are there. There was time, 15 years back, we could say that all the mutual funds were only dependent upon stock market, but that is not the case right now today in India. In fact, very soon we'll be able to get even real estate based mutual fund, REITs. So that time will also come, maybe in next 2-3 years we can expect that. In fact, in abroad, they have got cryptocurrency based mutual funds also. I don't think that will ever get approved in India. But anyway, whatever that we have, if you have the right knowledge of choosing the best fund, you will make superior returns. Even with closed eyes, you invest in an equity mutual fund, you will make money. How much money you will make? 20% per annum. But what do we want to make? 30% return per annum. So to make that extra 50%, your friend may be making 20%, you are making 30%, you are making 50% extra. On 1 lakh, if he is making 20,000, you would make 30,000. So that 1 year difference may be 10,000, but if you compound it, I've already shown you in the compounding chart, it creates a huge difference in 20 years, in 30 years, in 40 years. So if at all you are planning for a mutual fund, maybe for your kid or maybe for your own retirement life, today's knowledge is very, very important. And let me tell you, like IPO, I've given you the easiest process. Like that, I'm going to give you the easiest process in the mutual fund to make extra returns. Everybody will make income. Even your friends will make it who are doing SIP, who are doing lump sum. But how much they are making, that is important. They may be satisfied with 20%. You will make 50% extra than what they are making. If you follow an algorithm which I tell you. Some series of steps are there which you need to follow. And it's very passive. You will have to work again here also. Just 5 minutes maybe in a month. 5 minutes work in a month you have to do it. Of course, but both these are as such that when money is involved, without money you can't make money in stock market. Money would definitely be involved, but taking the best out of the money is important for us. So if you are worried about stock market, you don't want to invest into penny stocks, or you would want to divide the risk, part of the money you want to invest in mutual fund, part in the stock market. We have even mutual fund in IIFL. In Demat account itself, we can open mutual fund account. And while that you are opening Demat account, you can choose there only mutual fund account or mutual fund plus equity. All that is possible through me. Just I require your email ID and mobile number. You can open a purely mutual fund account, Demat account, or you can open equity plus mutual fund, 2 in 1. But always better to have mutual funds in the digital format, because we never know. When you apply physically, paper, you may lose it, then you'll have to file FIR, so many. It's a lengthy, complex process. You have it in Demat, it's like just like buy and sell button. You do not have to worry about security, because even if someone is selling it, the money will go to the bank account which you have used. The PAN card has to match. So the money is going to go to your bank account only, nowhere else. So it is safe, at the same time convenient, and least fee. With physical application, when you are going, you have to go through an agent. There will be 0.5% less return. If your mutual fund is delivering you 30%, you will find only 29.5% return. I'll tell you what are those two differences: direct plan and regular plan. So 0.5% you would make extra. At the same time, there will be more convenience. You are avoiding all the agents. You are directly buying it in the mutual fund account. Even broker won't make. Broker also won't make any income. IIFL also won't make any income. It is just that and value added service. That's all. If you are opting for direct plan. Alright, now coming to the mutual fund. What exactly are they? Firstly, we'll discuss that. They are registered or and authorized All India Mutual Fund Institute. Let me find out the abbreviation of this. AMFI. Association of Mutual Funds in India. That is what is the full form of AMFI. Each fund not fine. Note it down. Very, very important and valuable notes. Useful lifelong. This is going to be the content forever. Every country. Same terminology in other countries also. Alright, coming to the mutual funds. What is the meaning of mutual fund? Basically, the terminology means mutual means getting together. Let's say that I have good experience in the market. I've been into the market since 40 years and I know about the market cycle. I know which sector, which stocks can perform good. So I want to help out each of the small investors. So mutually we create a group. Someone invests 100, someone will invest 500, someone will invest 1000, someone will invest 1 lakh, 1 million, 1 crore also. Now that collectively I'll collect the funds from everyone and then I'll run a mutual fund. That means with this capital I'm going to invest according to my own experience. I'm not going to take suggestion from any of you. Entire suggestions will be my own base. I'm going to buy, I'm going to sell what I feel is right accordingly. Then I charge a service fee of 1% or 2%, and then based on the capital that you have invested, I give you the excess return as profit. That is what the mutual fund is meant for when it got started unofficially. Just like chitti, you have the chitti, Shriram chit funds and all that. Mutual funds are also a kind of chit fund, wherein one guy, one leader is investing all the public's money in his favorite stocks and charges commission for it as a service fee, as his experience fee. 1%, 2% is also good value on 100 crore if you take out. And then whatever the returns are there, it is going to give you according to the invested capital. So both of them are benefited in that way. That is how it started, then later it became very much official and digital. So the two governing bodies for the mutual fund in India is AMFI and SEBI. So anything, any rules and regulations to be set up for the mutual fund, like for any mutual fund, whether they have to give approval or not, and what should be the minimum investment, what should be the expense ratio. So all that is decided by these two agencies. If they are displaying ad, are they misguiding the investors? Are they providing the proper disclaimer or not? All this is checked by the AMFI. Like they have hired some cricketers like Sachin Tendulkar, MS Dhoni. All this is AMFI. The mutual fund ads, what you see in the television channel, is run by AMFI agency. So mainly this authority of running a mutual fund is given to banking companies only. And if you ask me why only banking companies, even I have no answer for it. Even that's a big question mark even for me. Why not Mukesh Ambani run a mutual fund? So there is a reason, I'll tell what it is. But if you look at in Western countries, any company, you and me can also run a mutual fund. Even with 5-7 years experience, we can run a mutual fund. One who is investing, he is well aware that this guy is inexperienced, so he'll only put amount which he can risk. Any company, private or public, is having the authority to run a mutual fund in countries like America. I don't know about other countries. In India, why it is not allowed, I'll tell you. Let's say example Mukesh Ambani. He is not allowed to run a mutual fund because he may invest in his own companies. He may manipulate his own company share price. That is a worry. But while these banks that you see, promoters don't even have 20% shares. So they cannot manipulate it. That's why only banks are allowed to run a mutual fund. That's why you see Mukesh Ambani cannot start a bank. Tata cannot start a bank. You must have got this thought, why is that these big players are not starting with their own bank, Adani Bank and all that. They don't get approval from RBI. RBI says that if you want to start a bank, only do banking, insurance and finance business only. Don't do any other industry business. Otherwise what will happen? From your own bank you'll take a loan for your own company, and then there may be a huge loophole and there is a scope for the fraud. That's why they want to protect investors' money. That's why these rules have been set. But again, in abroad, there are no such rules. But companies running there are genuine. The scope for fraud is hardly present there, but in India, there is a huge scope. That's why they have been restricted both from AMFI, SEBI, as well as from RBI. So never you will find an industrialist running his bank. Jio had attempted to apply for license several times. Mukesh Ambani has been trying for the license since long time. Won't get approval. Anyway, that's the story. Minimum investment is 500 rupees and there's no upper limit. You can put as much amount as possible in mutual fund. Market is after an ocean. We are already having a market cap of 200 lakh crores. So any amount that we can think of is very less to the market. Mutual funds are of several types. A lot of people think mutual fund means only this. No, only this one is market dependent. Of course, 50% of the money in mutual fund is in this. 80% of the retailers' money is in this. And I would say 40% of the overall fund is in this. 50% is in this. Rest 10% is in this. Okay. So what is equity? Within equity, you have small cap fund, mid cap fund, large cap fund, multi cap fund means mix of all of this, and ELSS, equity linked insurance plan. Okay, equity linked scheme. It is meant for insurance. We'll talk about it later. Small cap equity mutual fund predominantly invests in small cap, but not entirely in small cap. They don't allow any company investment below 100 crore. The first condition from mutual fund is that they can only invest in companies whose market cap is beyond 100 CR. So we can invest in micro cap, but they cannot. Even if the fund manager likes a company which is 99 crore market cap, he cannot invest in it. So this is one restriction they have. Second restriction, it may be mid cap fund, it may be small cap fund, even they have to invest at least 50% in large cap fund. This is another problem. So though the fund name is small cap, but even in small cap, 50% should be large cap. That's the second restriction. Third restriction, though they know that it's an old economy cycle, they have to invest in old economy stocks, but mutual fund says that you should be having a balance of old economy and new economy both. Maybe you can change ratio 80-20, 30-70, but minimum 20% you must be having, even though you may feel that the sector is not going to perform. To diversify, every sector they have to buy the stocks. Minimum 30 stocks they have to buy. Like that, there are a lot of restrictions imposed. That is why the returns are limited. Otherwise, if the fund manager is given the liberty, then I would say that do nothing, just give your money to the fund manager. Let him invest in micro cap, small cap, and choose him sector and everything. Let there be no rules attached to him. In Western countries, there are no rules attached. Full liberty, do what you want. But here, lot of restrictions. That's why the returns are moderate. But of course, it has become safer also because of these rules. Otherwise, fund manager can easily play games. That is also there. You have to look at both the sides of the coin. But anyway, rules are rules. So that is your equity mutual fund. Debt mutual fund has got nothing to do, absolutely nothing to do with the stock market. They are just like slow and steady, like a tortoise. They give you consistent returns, approximately 10% per annum. If the fixed deposit is 7%, you can expect 8%, 9% here. Fixed deposit is 10%, here you can expect up to 12%. So you will be getting little excess returns compared to fixed deposit, just like a clock, consistent over time. Little risky compared to fixed deposit, but returns are slightly higher than fixed deposit. So big corporates and all, they generally invest in debt funds. Like say Infosys, they are making 10,000 crore every quarter. Buyback will come after 1 year. So at least for 9 months, they'll put their funds into debt fund. Some they'll do fixed deposit, some they'll put in debt fund. Then you have balance one. Balance one is a mix of equity and debt. So to make the example more practical and which can fit in easily in your brain, this is like a cricket match. Okay, all this mutual fund you can consider it as a cricket match, wherein this is like T20 game. This is like your 1 day game. Okay, 1 day match, 50 overs match. This is like 20 overs match. So high risk, high return, medium risk, medium return. Multi cap is like test match. Sorry, large cap is like test match. Mid cap is like 1 day. Large cap is like test match. Multi cap is mix of T20 and everything. ELSS we'll talk about later. This is a mix of T20, 1 day as well as test match. They'll invest in all these 3 types of stocks. Then debt fund is like bowler. These are all like batsmen. Fast runs, fast wickets. Debt fund is like defensive. So they have got nothing to do with the equity market. Consistent returns can be expected. And then you have the balance fund, which is like your mix of both equity and debt. So multi-cap itself is a diversification. Further diversification is balance fund. So balanced funds are likely to not outperform the market in the next 2 stages of we have the 4 phases in the market. When you are in the last 2 phases, there's no point in investing in debt fund. There's no point in investing in balance fund also. We know that the coming few years are going to be really good for the stock market. Then be little aggressive. Go into equity, go into small cap. You know that the pitch is favorable for the batsmen. Why do you want to have a lot of bowlers? It is time to play attacking. Think about higher run rate. Think about higher strike price. Because the pitch is supportive. But we know that the pitch is like a New Zealand pitch, extremely bowling pitch. Go into the debt fund or go into the balance fund. If the pitch is moderate, go into the balance fund. So when you fear about the market crash, when you know that the coming few years are not going to be good for the market, be defensive. and then slowly become little aggressive and then become full aggressive. This is how you need to switch. But within this, which fund to choose, that is the main part which we are going to cover now. Then you have got arbitrage. Arbitrage like a fielder. Nothing like batsmen, nothing like bowlers. It has got nothing to do with the equity. It has got nothing to do with the debt. It will only give you returns based on the difference in the price. What is the meaning of arbitrage? Reliance is available in BSE for 1400 rupees and is available in NSE for 1402 rupees. They will eat that 2 rupees difference. They'll buy here, they'll sell there. That is the meaning of arbitrage. They will fill the price gaps. In fact, I would say this is the easiest way to make income. But again, here also returns are like fixed deposit only, slightly lesser than even debt fund, but very much safer like fixed deposit. I would say this is in fact more safer than fixed deposit also. Why? Because if a bank fails, your fixed deposit is in risk. Here it has got nothing to do with it. It is just has to eat the price difference, that's all. Wherever that difference will come, it will eat it. No difference, it will be passive. Again, difference comes active. Do, buy, sell. Simultaneously. It all happens through automated applications. Algo. We are going to learn about algo going forward. So an algo system software, it will read the difference and the system itself will take the trade. It will buy where the price is lower. It will sell where the price is higher. We cannot do that manually because by the time we punch the order, that difference will go away. It all happens in fraction of second, guys. It happens in microseconds. Just read this statement here. It will be mentioned there that it all happens in microseconds. Thousands of trades executed in seconds. Okay, hyper speed at which institutions get their orders. Okay, 5 lakh events per second. Imagine this speed, none can match. So arbitrage is not that can be done manually. You will have to be dependent upon algo. So can we do it? We can also do it. But what is the return? That's all. Like fixed deposit. You'll have to pay for the application over that. So better to go with the arbitrage mutual fund rather than we ourselves doing arbitrage. And then finally we have commodity mutual fund. So commodity mutual fund, mainly right now we have gold and silver. They are going to add more products there. So they will only be investing, zero investment in equity, only be investing into metals, agriculture, such kind of stocks. So these returns will depend upon rain. These returns will depend upon the government policies, import-export policy on wheat, on iron and all that. These returns will depend upon inflation. This will depend upon international commodity prices, like say crude oil prices changes every day like that. So these are all the 5 types of mutual fund we have got. Sooner we may have even the 6th type, which is your REIT, Real Estate Index Fund. Alright. So within REIT, how it will be? It may be all India level, it may be state level, it may be city level. We do not know. We are still in a very nascent stage to even comment about it. But something related to real estate is very soon going to come. What exactly is the meaning of REIT in Western countries? If you see, let's say that I am a builder, I am a landlord, or let's say that I am only into real estate business, but I have nothing. I am into real estate business and I have nothing. But I see an opportunity. Even without money, I see an opportunity out of my experience that 3 acres of land is available in high-tech city of Hyderabad. If I buy that land and if I construct a commercial complex or a shopping mall, I may get so much of returns. How much returns? 12%, 13% or 15% per annum, even after all my expenses. That means my entire project cost of acquiring a land as well as setting up a mall is 100 crore. Expected returns is 15 crore post taxes and everything. So this is the plan that I'll be giving to the public. So what public will do? What based on your capacity, you would invest 1 lakh, or 50,000, 2 lakh, 10 lakh like that. That much partnership I'll be giving you in my land. In that mall, you will be as a partner, 0.1% partner, 0.5% partner like that. So whatever the returns are coming, that will be given in the form of a dividend, the rental income. That is what is the meaning of REIT. Two REITs are already approved in our exchange. Not two, I think three now. So Embassy REIT like that. So the returns what they are giving dividend is the main source of income is dividend, of course. So you can expect returns slightly higher than fixed deposit, rental income. Second advantage is that there will be appreciation of rental income. If you are making 8% now, you may make 8.5% after 1 year, 9% next year, like that. Second advantage is the value of the property may also increase if there is a real estate boom. That 100 crore mall worth today may become 200 crore after 10 years. So you have also doubled your money apart from the dividend. But if you ask me, sir, investing in that REIT is better or investing directly by our plot is better? Again, there is advantage and disadvantage. Advantage here in REIT is that you don't have to go and look at your property also. It is 100% litigation free, 100% clear title, no chance of scam, no chance of land grabbing or anything like that. So you will be able to enjoy the real estate boom even without going to your property. You don't even know which corner in that mall you have been assigned the land or the shop. It is a equal share based on the capital that you have invested. Everyone will be having an equal share in every part of that mall. In case due to earthquake the building gets collapsed, then you will be given that section, whatever the percentage that you have got, 1% or 0.1%, that much land would belong to you. Same like how it happens in apartments. That is residential, this is commercial. Alright. So these returns are again depend. Real estate returns will be dependent upon, REIT returns will be dependent upon the real estate boom as well as the rental income. Now during such time like right now the culture adopted is work from home. So Embassy REIT has given very less returns because IT companies, they are vacating the spaces. If they have acquired 2000 SFT, they have come down to 1000 SFT because of work from home culture. So that kind of risk will also be there. So don't think that sure shot there is a return there. Everywhere there will be risk, element of risk or percentage of risk will vary. Right. Like just give me a minute, I'm getting a call here. बोलो जय जी।
ये अब नहीं कि अगर 1200 हो गया समझो डॉक्टर अग्रवाल हो गए, लेकिन टेंशन की जरूरत नहीं है।
हाँ हाँ ठीक है।
पे आता
हाँ हाँ
आज डाल के रख दो 1200।
1200 में
हाँ वो डाल के रखना।
हाँ हाँ
आए 1200 नहीं हुआ, 1200 डाल के रख देना। आ गए
हाँ
रिजल्ट आया उसका, उसी मुश्किल की रहा, रिजल्ट फ्लैट आया, बढ़ के नहीं आया।
अच्छा
चलते रहता वो सब।
हाँ
हाँ
हाँ वो तो क्या क्वार्टर टू क्वार्टर थोड़ी देखेंगे अपन।
बस उसका ग्रोथ आगे जाके बहुत तगड़ी है उसकी ग्रोथ आगे जाके।
हाँ
शेल भी क्या होगा?
उधर ये 140 कुछ है।
वो सीबीएसई 39 हो गया भाई, क्या बोलो तो जबरदस्त पड़ रहा वो तो
हाँ
उसको।
सब गवर्नमेंट कंपनीज भाग रहे,
हाँ,
गवर्नमेंट कंपनीज
गवर्नमेंट
भाग रहे।
कंपनियों में दम है भाई ट्रेडिंग करने, गवर्नमेंट कंपनियों में बहुत दम है, इसे मिले ना ऊपर में पटकना,
बस
मल्टी बैगर भी नहीं बनते
हाँ
जिंदगी भर।
हम्म।
लेकिन ये डिफेंस के पूरे मल्टी बैगर ना बने, 1 into 5
वो अभी
1 into 6
ट्रेंड चेंज हो गया बल्कि मोदी आने के बाद, नहीं तो सब ऑटो पायलट पे चलते।
अब असर आ रहा है उसका,
हाँ
उसमें तो कचरा ही थे और ये मोदी है जब तक तो प्रॉब्लम रहेगा क्या भी नहीं।
हाँ मेड इन इंडिया को बढ़ावा देना ना वो। और डिफेंस में तो
जो
बहुत
देश
होता
की
है
जगह
ना,
ना
बहुत
सब
पैसा
कर रहा
लगता है
हूँ।
डिफेंस में।
हाँ
डिफेंस में इंपोर्ट के बहुत बड़े बिल्स आते हैं।
हाँ
अब तो एक्सपोर्ट करने लग गए अपन।
हाँ, नहीं अभी तो एक्सपोर्ट ज्यादा ही है, एक्सपोर्ट छोटे छोटे कर रहे हैं।
हाँ
राफेल लोग खरीदे ना 1.5 लाख 2 लाख करोड़ के, वो हिसाब निकालते।
हाँ
यार बहुत जो भी है, जो कर रहे हैं आज क्या होता भी है, तो
मार्केट
आज
तो अच्छा ही खुल रहा आज।
अच्छा बोल रहा।
हाँ 150 पॉइंट ऊपर निफ्टी।
150 पर
हाँ
क्या बात कर
रोज का हो गया दिवाली।
अरे क्या होगा क्यों इतने मार क्या?
हाँ
हेलो।
हाँ वही लग रहा।
और एनएमडीसी क्या रिटर्न दिया जबरदस्त था।
हाँ
स्टील का अलग करने आया, एक्चुअली इसका भाव 150 के करीब आ गया आपको।
हाँ वो हो गया
बहुत
लिस्टिंग
शानदार।
दूसरा वाला।
हाँ
दूसरा वाला लिस्टिंग हो गया क्या?
होता 40 रुपए होता वो।
अच्छा
और क्या।
अच्छा किया फिर डीमर्ज करके।
हाँ
डीमर्ज करने से अच्छा ही हुआ बोला।
हाँ, वो 10 रुपए पेड शेयर है वो,
वही वैल्यू अनलॉकिंग तो हो रही ना।
जो आ रहा फ्री में वो 10 रुपए पेड शेयर है।
अच्छा ये 5 रुपये का है क्या या 2 रुपये का है?
वो केएसएफएम का कुछ राइट इशू आने वाला है, तो वो 2 बार राइट इशू आते हैं।
हाँ
हाँ
ये बकवास देते
साला
रहते।
बायर कोई है नहीं, वो 100% चलाने वाला है, राइट इशू खत्म होने के बाद ही चलेगा।
नहीं पब्लिक के पास भी तो शेयर्स आ ही जाएंगे ना जब तक।
हाँ
शेयर्स तो पब्लिक को भी मिलेंगे ना राइट्स इशू में।
कौन बनेगा, बाहर ही नहीं है उसमें ऑलरेडी, तो
हाँ
करते 245 में दिए तो। अरे वो यूसीएल 67 हुआ पर तो क्लोज।
हाँ ओहो
हाँ
हाथी जाग
कुछ
गया
ऐसी
क्या?
लगा। हाँ
हाथी जग गया क्या ये? बहुत सता रहा है ये।
आता आता रेट सब आता।
एक बार 80 गया था।
जान लाइफ पर अच्छा है, पलट के 20 रुपए जब निकलना है।
हाँ
आज देखना, पर तो क्लोजिंग में तो 2685 क्लोज हुआ।
हाँ
ई-कॉम बहुत पकड़ लिए जबरदस्त, आज सुबह भी ऊपर ही खुलने वाले हैं।
सर्किट ही खुलेंगे आज तो सब।
हाँ
सर्किट ही खुलेंगे आज तो, दिन रहेगा स्मॉल कैप मिड कैप का देखना।
अब तो
न्यू हाई के पास आ गया तो
नॉर्मल
लोगों में
देखो कि
कॉन्फिडेंस आता
नॉर्मल
है।
सर्किट ही खुलते, मार्केट डाउन है तो भी सर्किट ही खुलते।
वही वही हाँ ठीक।
और कोई न्यूज़ है कंपनी की?
नहीं भाई
हाँ
नहीं कुछ खास नहीं है, सब यही
अरे मेरा
व्हाट्सएप पे
पड़ोस
था।
ये अभी इशू आ रहा, देखो बीकाजी और एक रियल एस्टेट कंपनी का एक आ रहा है, रीच कर रहा हूँ।
हाँ
हाँ रीच कर रहा हूँ।
तो क्या बोल रहा अप्लाई करने के लिए बोल रहा?
और रियल एस्टेट वाला अप्लाई करो बोल रहा, बीकाजी तो नको बोल रहा,
हाँ
खुद ही बोल दिया नको करो बोल के,
रियल
नको
एस्टेट वाला
करोगे
को,
तो छोड़ दो बोला।
रियल
ये
एस्टेट
रियल
वाला को
एस्टेट वाली लिस्टिंग जन तो नहीं आता, लेकिन बाद में बढ़ जाएगा बोला।
क्या कंपनी का नाम क्या है?
कुछ तो भी रियल एस्टेट है,
हाँ
केस है।
हम्म। तो लिस्टिंग के बाद ही देखना, गिरेगा तो ले लेंगे और क्या।
हाँ वो लेने का रखा, वो दिया वो मैं ट्रिप कहाँ बोला, 2 बार बोनस देने का मैं पड़ गया साला।
हाँ
डॉक्टर अग्रवाल हम छोटे 600-700 तो 3,500 का टारगेट दे रहा हूँ,
हाँ
3,500 का।
ओहो
उन्होंने पहले ही बोला एक्चुअली रिजल्ट फ्लैट आता,
हाँ
क्योंकि जो एक्सपेंशन जो कर रहा है अब से चालू हुआ वापस, उसका रिजल्ट आगे आने वाला है।
अच्छा बढ़िया है। हाँ sorry for the interruption guys. Okay, so the returns of the direct funds are going to be slightly higher as there is no commission in between. Now, when you find that agents come to you, they approach you through phone calling, telecalling, they may directly come to the company through HR's support and all that. They will be offering you regular mutual funds only. So there you will be making 0.5% less compared to the people who are directly investing. So let's say you have invested 1 lakh and that 1 lakh has given you a profit of 10,000. Actually, you would have made 10,500. Sorry, 10,050. So that 0.5% you are getting less because agent is eating that. If I invest in the same fund 1 lakh, after 1 year my returns would be 10,050, 50 rupees extra I would get. So this 0.5% is the standard price. It ranges from 0. For debt funds it will be less, it will be only 0.1%. Debt funds has got very less margin for the agents as well as for the distributors. And some small cap funds and all, you may find 2% difference in the performance. So it may not bring much difference, or what 50 rupees would make a difference in a year. But 0.5%, 1%, we have seen the difference of compounding over long years, of 20 years if you see, it will bring a huge difference. After 20 years, if my 1 lakh turns to be 10 lakh, your 1 lakh would turn to only 9 lakh. That difference you'll find. Alright? So be knowledgeable. While you are investing in mutual fund, choose direct funds. I'll tell you how to choose that. Where can you find all the list of the mutual funds? The best site is Money Control by itself. So there's a tab for the mutual fund here. Mutual funds. This is the best site. So here you'll be able to find all the funds that I've discussed. Large cap, flexi cap, multi cap, both are same. Mid cap, again small cap, ELSS, focused, aggressive. See, there are 30-40 types of mutual funds within equity. What we have done is a broad classification. Focused fund means they'll only be investing into specific type of stocks. Then you have thematic funds. They invest in theme based stocks, only banking mutual fund or only IT mutual fund. Latter also are there, which are called as thematic. So if I click here, I can find all the mutual funds under that. You should be able to click the headline, explore all funds, large cap. See, these are all the funds we have. Dividend yield fund, which will invest predominantly in the stocks which give hefty dividend, like I've shown you the URL. So they take the list of the companies where consistently dividend comes every year on year. Contra fund means they'll be going against the market. When market is falling, they'll be investing. When market is rising, they'll sell. Value fund means they'll invest in the stocks which are very, very safe, which are not growth oriented, but which are safe from value perspective. Sectorial, thematic, both mean the same, sector specific stocks. So in case you are planning for long term investment, then look at no other fund but the small cap fund. Though the name is small cap, within this only 50% is large cap. So your money is much safer. Do not worry about the risk at all. Quant small cap fund, direct plan, growth. So growth and dividend, what is the difference? In dividend, whatever the returns come, let's say after 1 year the returns is 7%, they'll pay you 7% to bank account and your capital would be same. You invest 1 lakh, excess profit they keep on paying you every quarter or every half year or every year, keeping your capital same. That is dividend option. And growth option means they will reinvest. It gets compounded. To create real wealth, you will have to invest in direct plan and growth oriented plan. But those people who are retired, who don't have any income source, for them dividend is recommended. Because day-to-day expenditure, if they want to take out, they require some money. So if fixed deposit interest or post office savings interest is not sufficient, then may opt for such kind of funds. If the market is good, they may get much better than even fixed deposit and postal savings. So these are all the small cap funds only. But here the skill that you need to have is which fund should you invest. An example, if you see here, everybody has made income in the 5 years by investing in small cap fund. But look at the difference in the returns. Like Aditya Birla, such a big name, right? they could not generate even returns in line with fixed deposit. HSBC, Sundaram, they failed to perform from 5 year perspective. Franklin India Small Cap Fund failed to perform, I would say. While had you invested in these companies, you would have expected huge returns. See, amazing returns can be expected. So look at the difference there. Where is 6%? Where is 23%? Your friend makes 1 lakh profit, you would make 4 lakh profit. That is the difference you find in 5 years, and in 20 years, it may vary like anything. So don't think that choose any mutual fund is same. You need to have an art, you need to have the skill to choose the perfect mutual fund. And that is the exercise we are going to do in our next class, that is tomorrow's class, going to be very, very interesting. So if you are already doing SIP, or if you are planning to do it, you are planning to do lump sum, or you are already doing it, tomorrow's class will tell you how right or wrong you are. It is time to change your funds. Continue to invest in mutual fund, but switch from one fund to another based on the exercise that I am going to give you. It's a 15 minutes exercise maximum in Excel sheet we are going to do, wherein we are going to rearrange the list of the mutual fund based on different time frame performance. This is a proven method which I've already done it and has given me phenomenal results. It's just like saying in a cricket team, it looks like today Virat Kohli will bat, so we'll bet on Virat Kohli. Tomorrow's match we feel that Rohit Sharma will perform, so we will put our money in Rohit Sharma. Day after we feel that Rishabh Pant will perform, we'll put our money in Rishabh Pant. Like that we'll be switching over, so that every best year we are with the best funds. See, within a year also if you see, there's a huge difference in the performance. Where is 2% and where is here? Where is 12% return and where is this negative returns of 8%? So one fund has given you 8% negative returns, while other has even given you 11% return from 1 year perspective. 1 lakh invested by 2 people, randomly chosen mutual fund. Let's say if he chooses this, the value becomes 92,000. But the other guy, he chooses the right fund, the value would have become 1,12,000. Oh, sorry, 14% also we have it. So choosing the right mutual fund is very, very important to make maximum returns out of your capital. So tomorrow we are going to continue with that exercise. And you can see here the debt funds also. Debt funds returns, you won't find much variation. Everything is going to be green, 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 but very less value. I'll talk about this duration in tomorrow's class. So you won't find much difference in the returns. See here. So these are like returns in line with fixed deposit. In 5 years, this company has given you, this is compounding return, not static return. So Kotak bond fund has given you some 7% return, while some companies have managed to get even 12%. This is phenomenal. Rarely you get to see that. So average standard rate is around like 6%, 2% here and there. In a year perspective, if you see, the 2 years, so the returns are like 1.5%, 2%, and it goes all the way till 22%. This is something exceptional. Otherwise, this is what you get to see in line with fixed deposit. When can this be very high? When this can be very low? That also we'll discuss. But it's more like green of a picture. Whether market is up or down, this is market independent. There will be some times for 6 months to 1 year wherein it is ideal to invest in the debt mutual fund. I'll tell you when that time comes. That's all for today. With this, I end today's session. Tomorrow we'll continue with the mutual fund topic, and then we will begin with technical analysis or F&O. Let us see what topic we could start. Any doubts or questions, you can use the chat window or the audio control. We'll also see how to use the screeners to find out fundamentally strong companies rather than manually scanning it. That is more important.